Should be good. So we can get started with the presentations. And first up is going to be me. So I'm just going to share my screen here. Just give me one moment. Okay, can one of my team give me a thumbs up that you can see? Yeah, okay, great, thank you. Okay, so we're gonna get started here. So maybe some of you have researched a lot about the U of R already, and maybe some of you are just starting to think about studying in Canada. So I'm going to start by sharing some information about our location, and then I'm going to go into what our core principles are as an institution and what kind of support you can expect as an international student. I'm going to start off with our land acknowledgement. So the University of Regina and its federated colleges are located on Treaty 4 and Treaty 6 territories. And these are the territories of the Nehiyawak, Anishinaabeg, Dakota, Lakota, and Nakota peoples, and the homeland of the Michif Métis Nation. So we're very grateful for the privilege to learn, teach, and work here. So let's get going on the presentation. Okay. Let me just grab this. All right. So you're thinking about studying in Canada. What makes Canada a great study destination? Well, Canada offers a really world-class education system with globally recognized degrees and really a commitment to academic quality and excellence. And there are also opportunities for international students to work while they're studying, including like part-time during studies and full-time during breaks, which provides, some financial support, but also really valuable Canadian work experience. And Canada is a multicultural nation that warmly welcomes students from all backgrounds. And we really pride ourselves in trying to create an inclusive and respectful environment. And Canada is one of the most safe and secure countries in the world. So it's really an ideal place for students to live and study. And also, I mean, everyone knows Canada is really big and it has a lot of different environments within it. So we have really beautiful natural environment, majestic mountains, right? But also serene lakes and prairies, which we are located. And it's really a great place to explore and enjoy outdoor activities if that's your thing. And another perk for Canada is that there are also immigration pathways available to students after graduation. So that includes like the PGWP and opportunities to go further for permanent residency. So that makes Canada not just a place to study, but also a place to build your future. So there are many different places that you could choose to study in Canada. But Saskatchewan offers some really great opportunities for students. So we are the province with the longest and most difficult name to say, but you can learn it. So where are we located? We're actually located in the very center of Canada, this one here, that is Saskatchewan. And we are known for our agriculture, but also some growing tech and business sectors. So Saskatchewan really feeds the world. Our agricultural sector is among the largest, and the province is a top exporter of things like wheat, peas, lentils, canola, things like that. And the province is also rich in natural resources and continues to drive new innovation in investment and in sustainable energy. The province is home to around 1.2 million people. So compared to other provinces in Canada, we do have a lot less people, which honestly is a good thing for international students because there's a bit less competition here. It's not so overwhelming. Like Vancouver and Toronto, those cities alone have millions of people, right? So our whole province has around 1.2. So that also means that Saskatchewan overall is very safe. It's still pretty affordable and offers a high standard of living. And the good news is Saskatchewan does want to attract more international students like you. So for students interested in staying in the province after they graduate, Saskatchewan has the Saskatchewan Immigrant Nominee Program, or SINP, and that is a program that fast tracks your application for permanent residency. So there's some qualifications you need to meet, but if you graduate from a program at the U of R and meet the working requirements, you should be able to apply for that program. We also have a graduate retention strategy, which offers a tax rebate of up to $20,000 for graduates who choose to stay and work in the province. So you can see there's really many great reasons to choose Saskatchewan. So I'm just going to play this little video so you can see some scenes of Regina while I'm speaking, but there's no sound to the video, so don't worry. So in Saskatchewan, the U of R is in the city of Regina. So as the capital of the province, with a diverse population of around 250,000 people, Regina is a really friendly city with a lot to offer. So Regina has a vibrant food scene, engaging cultural activities, plenty of outdoor recreation options, and really beautiful green spaces. And you can learn about our history at the Royal Saskatchewan Museum, maybe cheer loud at a Saskatchewan Roughriders football game, or relax in Wascana Park, which is one of the largest urban parks in North America. And so choosing the U of R really means you're not just picking a top-notch institution, but also a really incredible city and place to live and grow. So now let's dive into the U of R. So throughout our presentations, we want to convey the key values that we hold at the University of Regina. So the key values and strengths that we have as an institution include student support for the whole journey, experiential learning opportunities, student wellness, and diversity, truth, and reconciliation. So this year, we are also celebrating 50 years as an independent institution, which we're really happy and proud of. And on the screen here, you're going to see our slogan, which is Go Far Together. So we welcome the world. Let's learn about a little bit more about those key strengths and why you should choose the University of Regina. So the U of R is a leader in experiential learning. So we want all of our students to get hands-on learning before they graduate so that they are better prepared to enter the workforce. And we provide student support for their whole journey from applicant through to graduation. So your success is our success. And you can see here that we have been recognized in some well-known rankings for our support services. And we also have a special focus on student wellness so that you can be the best you can be. And we welcome students from over 100 countries around the world who represent really diverse backgrounds, experiences, and cultures. And at the U of R, you'll be part of a community of over 3,000 international students right now. So you will find a really welcoming campus environment and the opportunity to really meet people from all over the world. And lastly, I want to say that we are a comprehensive university. So that means we have a really wide variety of programs under our 11 faculties. So if you are ready to make an impact and launch your career, we can help you get there. At the U of R, we do have an International Student Services Office whose role is to support all of our international students. So our life skills advisors are equipped to assist you with your transition to life in Canada. They can speak multiple languages. They're really friendly and nice. We also have regulated international student immigration advisors on staff to assist you with immigration processes and advice. We offer a lot of different services, so things like orientation, airport welcome booth, academic support, social events, and our Global Learning Center is really a hub for international students on campus, and they offer things like English and academic tutoring, different workshops you can do, and there's also international peer advisors. So these are international students who are currently studying. They are volunteering to help new students who are coming in, help get them set up and used to campus, and doing all the fun stuff too. So we feel that you will definitely be well supported as a student at the U of R thanks to our dedicated team. I quickly also want to highlight for you that the U of R has some fantastic options for living on campus. So with the cost of living kind of rising everywhere, our housing services provide some affordable options for students. So we do have modern and comfortable residences where you can choose from dorm or apartment style accommodations. And all of our dorms have private washrooms attached, which we all know is super important. And the rooms come furnished and the utilities are included in one monthly price. And, best part again is all of the events and activities to enjoy and meeting people from all over the world. So when you are here studying at the U of R, you have so many opportunities to get involved and really make the most of your time here. So your university experience, it's not just about academics, right? It's also about having fun and growth as a person. So there are many student clubs, societies, sports teams you can join, maybe as well as some unique experiences like faculty galas or learning about First Nations at a powwow. And our campus really embraces diversity. There's always something fun and exciting going on. And our on-campus wellness center, I do want to highlight because that was one of our things we talked about. They offer students medical care, free counseling, and other mental health supports. And we also have an accessibility center that provides academic accommodations for students with disabilities. So our campus culture is really one of belonging, and we're really looking forward to hopefully welcoming you. So I'm going to close by saying that the University of Regina is a really great choice for your international experience, and you can, we will ensure that you do have fun as well while obtaining a high quality education. So if you have any questions, you can always reach out to us in the ways listed here. And I also encourage you to follow us on social media for a glimpse of life at the U of R. And I want to thank you so much for listening to the first presentation today. And I'm going to introduce the next speaker. So I'm just going to stop sharing for a moment. Okay, there we go. So I'm really happy to introduce Alex, who is our manager of graduate admissions at the U of R. And he's going to present to you about our graduate programs and opportunities at the U of R. So I'm going to pass it to you, Alex.
Thank you so much. Thumbs up, please, if you're able to see my screen. Perfect, thank you. All right. Hello, everyone. As Ashley mentioned, I'm Alex, Manager of Admissions Registration in the Faculty of Graduate Studies and Research. Joining me today, also two amazing specialists, Corey, Elena, and Corey, as well as Melissa from the Scholarships and Awards team. They will support during the presentation, sharing some links and some questions. Like some questions already on the Q&A. But I will show a little bit more on my presentation overview of the grad studies and research studies at the U of R, what we can pass to offer. We got some programs, scholarships, and students engagement. As just a recap, if you already applied, please can you reach out to status at your application portal, as we will not be able to provide you any specifics during this session. If you're in the looking for a graduate program at the Faculty of Graduate Studies and Research, provides the first area of studies that you can explore. Or you're just looking to become a world renowned expert in a certain field, to stand out in the crowd in today's competitive job market is very competitive nowadays, or to enhance your skills. So move up in your career. The University of Regina undergraduate programs that we have here is your next step in achieving your goal. So we offer a diversity areas of programs, which include some areas such as engineering, nursing, business, and so on. Those we for sure add 2% in regards to enhancing and becoming a better yourself academic wise, or trying to when you're trying to look into stand out in the crowd. So as to our programs, we do have a based on our programs, are innovative research opportunities. So all of our programs, collaborative. We have a chance to collaborate with the world-class faculty and industry leaders based on the program that you're in. All programs, most of it, offer some scholarships, citizenship, and funding tailored to your needs. As you progress through your program, you see those opportunities popping up. As you get accepted, you initiate it, you see those appear in your emails, professors talking, graduate program coordinators approaching you and then say, hey, there's a scholarships or assistantships happening. So all of our programs, you may be able to see this portion, as well as our programs offer a flexible learning opportunity. Those programs are designed to enhance academics and life. Sometimes, we're a little bit busy here and there, things happen. So you may find in-person and online programs. So as you're looking into our website later on, I'll show you the link. You see, you'll be able to notice that some programs offer in-person, hybrid, and even high-flex courses, which helps with the learning flexibility. Here's where you can start looking at more details. I have a QR code showing on your screen. At the moment, you can just put your phone and scan it, and it will take you directly to it. So right here shows all programs that we offer and programs eligibility criteria, as well as you should be able to see the units and specifics, a specific website. So let's say if you're looking for engineering or business, as you go, if you navigate through our website, you should be able to see as well the units specific website, where they also add a little bit more information on their programs. And for instance, if you're looking at engineering, as you see in the engineer's website, you may see research and details of what they do and so on. I mean, Alex, what is some examples of what can you offer overall? So we do have more than 50 master's programs, about 20 doctoral programs, and 13 graduate certificate programs. Again, there's our QR code. Take a look at the QR code. And find a program that is right for you. But it's very, very diverse in areas. We have arts, education, engineering, justice administration, kinesiology, MAP, which is medias and performance, nursing, and so on, science, and so on. So our master's program usually takes about 2 years to complete. And as I've mentioned before, you can take advantage of the opportunity of taking, and depending on the program, taking a high flex course. For instance, the Kenneth Levine Graduate School of Business, they do offer some high flex, and other programs may offer a fully online. So you just have keep in mind a little bit if you're there's some details on applying for a study permit, but you can take a look and see what if the program fits your niche and interest. We also offer as well courses through La Cité University Francophone, which is our I want to mention a little bit of our French program, a French department to the university. So I've mentioned the master's degree, it takes about 2 years, finish doctoral about 4 to 5, I'd say, and certificate a bit lesser than a year to finish. So as soon as you identify, here it is steps, you identify the program, I just mentioned the QR code. Take a look at eligibility, I can say that anymore, eligibility criteria that we have listed on our website. It's a very competitive process overall. Ensuring that you meet the criteria doesn't necessarily means that you get in, but gets perhaps the chance, right? You can also find a supervisor if you're looking at a thesis basis or some co-op basis, and apply online and submit your documents. So that would be the steps. As you get after you apply and you get your acceptance letter, because I know you're all gonna apply and you're gonna get accepted, you see that your letter and a welcome message from our Dean Aziz. And as you progress, you interact a little bit more with us also the increase our guys. They are a leadership team, and they assist you throughout your academic steps here at the university. For now, I just want to for now on, I would like to mention a little bit more on what areas and engagement portions that the Factory Grad Studies can provide. One is co-op. So co-op education and internship programs offer opportunity for students to gain paid work experience related to their studies. My thing isn't it just for undergrad? No, it is for grad as well. Depending on the program that you apply, as soon as you start your application or as you're searching for a website, you see there are some options, either thesis-based, co-op-based, project basis. So having a co-op opportunity is will be a very enhancement towards your career readiness. So co-op alternates practical career-related paid work terms with semesters in class, giving you 12 to 16 months of supervised work experience by the time you graduate. If you successfully complete the required number of work terms, you receive a co-op designation. So when you're applying for work, you're like, if they ever submitting your transcripts, and you're like, whoa, this specific applicant has a differential. They completed a co-op, has some work experience already in Canada. So you have attained a valuable experience when you're wanting to get hired. So here are some points. Co-op education integrates academic studies with career-related work experience. What you see in class now in practice. As I say, if you're in business administration, for instance, and you learn all the theory, it's time you can put into practice. Co-op is right, it's there. And that will help as well afterwards when you're looking to get a job as applying for a post-graduation work permit, for instance. The work experience that can help you already on getting a new job on your field. So you have study work, study gain, and gain valuable work experience, earn while you learn, develop contacts, you network. It's very important. So while you're doing your co-op, it's a chance for you to interact with others, build relationship, as well as travel. Some of our co-op opportunities, they're actually not necessarily in Regina, but across Saskatchewan or even across Canada. So it's a light to mention. So students applying for admission to the co-op after completing between 1 to 3 semesters studying, depending on the program they're studying, they have to submit the application and they have to meet with our co-op coordinator. So we have a specific building and a person that is going to assist you that like, oh, what am I supposed to do? So we will have the assistant available to you to help you on the co-op portion. As an international student, you need to apply for a work permit if it's not already issued at the moment. You enter Canada, but we will have a team that can help you on getting a documentation and to assist you on applying for your work permit. So we have a co-op office here. Up next, I'm going to just mention as well, another point is the scholarships and awards. So now co-op, but while you're studying, it's good receiving a letter saying, hey, you have gotten $1,000 scholarship or you got an award. Is amazing, right? So the University of Regina offers a variety of scholarships and awards that are here to support you throughout your education process. Some scholarships could be at the very beginning. As soon as you get admitted, you get it, and some other ones will be throughout your studies. The Faculty of Grad Students Research and Funding team manages over 8.5 million in funding for graduate studies. 4 million, about 4 million plus of this fund is provided by the faculty. So some of the fund is faculty, some others are FGSS per se. And it falls into two categories. Direct funding, this is the funding that is decided by the Faculty of Grad Studies, which includes our entrance awards that I've just mentioned. As you get accepted to the university and if you meet the criteria for that specific award, you may see it. And the International Doctoral Student Award. Well, actually, besides the entrance awards, faculties often play a role in nominating the incoming students, meaning that most entrance awards have no application. So those are the ones that if you fit into the terms of reference and if you were selected, you receive it. It would be a very, very nice surprise. You're like, oh, whoa, I got funding. The second one is like a funding allocated for faculties to decide. As you can see, and the dark green. But there are a number of awards in this category, while FGSR provides the funding and makes all the payments awards in this category, which includes the University of Regina graduate scholarships, thesis only scholarships, and graduate teaching assistantships. I decided by the students host faculty, so your academic unit will be the one decided. So in addition, we have a new policy for PhD students. So if you're looking to PhD programs, so this means, sorry, in addition, we have this scholarship that ties off the two admissions for PhD programs, and it's called guaranteed minimal funding. For students accepted to this PhD program, we'll be provided with a minimum of $15,500 in funding per year for 4 years. And part of this funding, about 8,000, it comes directly from FGSR, and the other portion for the host faculty. But if you're looking for a PhD, there will be some funding available with our guaranteed minimal funding. The remaining funding managed by FGSR comes in forms of donors, awards which donors provide specifically for University of Regina graduate students. Those awards are available to apply once you are accepted. So as you start in your program, you will see pop up in our competition portal. And once you are fully qualified, you have access to the portal and you meet the criteria, you feel free to apply. We have 3 deadlines per year, which is September, February, and May. You may say like, oh, that is amazing because there is chance for you to apply for scholarships throughout the whole year. And another funding managed by us is the external funding opportunities like the Tree Council funding through the Government of Canada. Although valid to note that this specific one, you may is only available for Canadian citizens or permanent residents. Maybe as you progress, you become a permanent resident or you're Canadian citizen. We're here to help. To mention a little bit, there's some funding available for sure. And in the sense of for you to apply, aside from the guaranteed minimum funding for PhD. So if you have any questions, please reach out to our team at grad.funding at uregina.ca. My next point I want to go through is our student experience. As a student here now.
Hello, thank you, Alexander, for the amazing presentation. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. Sorry, everyone, if I sound a little bit sick. I just got a little bit of a cold today. But other than that, honestly, the presentations are amazing. I've jotted a couple of notes, and even though I'm a student right now, so there's always, every single day I'm learning. Just before I jump in, my name is Ahmed Al-Sifi. I am Egyptian. I was born and raised in the Middle East. It was in a small country called Kuwait. And if anyone does not know Kuwait, it's pretty hot. It's around plus 50 sometimes in summer. And one day I woke up in the wrong side of the bed and I was like, let me go to Canada, -50. So here we are. I am studying Masters of Engineering in Process System Engineering. And I have a couple of notes that I've written down over here. So if I'm just looking on the paper, just I hope you guys don't mind. So yeah, where should I start? Honestly, let's talk academia. Um, Pretty much, I'm gonna talk to you about how I experience as a student with the U of R. So I wrote, for example, over here, the professors. They're extremely knowledgeable and they're always available to help. My supervisor is amazing, extremely knowledgeable. And I always tell people that by the end of my program, if I have just 1% of his data knowledge, okay, I am more than blessed because they have so much knowledge and they're just trying to shed it as much as possible. So yeah, I'm very blessed with for my supervisor. He's very nice and very keen with me. My course program. Why did I choose process system engineering? Um, and it's a co-op too. So I should probably also mention that. Why I chose process system engineering? It's actually the only one in Canada, and U of R was the only one that provides it. So I was very happy to apply for it, and my professor also guided me to it. And also in part under the academia, the materials available, there's always lounges. Every faculty has their lounges. I know that there's nursing lounges, engineering lounges, undergrad, and also graduate student lounges. So those ones are also available. The programs that are available on the computers in these lounges are incredible because most of the programs, I don't know if you guys know that, but most engineering programs are required a license, and U of R provides these license. So there's no excuse for you to play around and start experiencing. There's 3D printers, there's labs. So just try to utilize as much as possible of all the tools that have been provided to you. The e-learning, which we call it UR courses, it just had a major revamp, and it's way better than before. It's pretty normal for students to, as soon as they use UR courses, they're getting lost, but eventually you pick it up pretty quick. The learning curve just goes very high, and it's a very smooth transition, so you shouldn't worry about that. And if you do ever have problems, just ask anyone. Honestly, everyone over here is very friendly, and they're always here to help. If you ever knock by me in the campus, I live on the campus, by the way. So yeah, just if you ever need help, I'm always here to help. We did talk about the dorms, and yes, I definitely do recommend the dorms, especially if it's your first time in Canada and you haven't experienced winter. I haven't seen snow until this was my first winter, so I definitely do recommend living on campus. It does help you transition properly, and it's not a sudden shock. Plus, the deals are way better than outside. That's what I believe. So, and it's you're having always people around you and people with the same mindset, same level, and you're able to utilize all the facilities that are around here. The library was the next on the list. They have printing services. They provide laptops if in case yours got like broken. They have programs on those laptops. They have laptops in the library, PCs on the library. There's rooms for meetings. So they're all just incredible, honestly. I love the library. It's my go place for going to study or doing anything. So let's jump to the non-academia. And where should I start? There is like literally a scientific, a cultural, and academic university society club for everyone. There's definitely one for you. And if not, our student union makes it very easy to open one. So honestly, like I don't know where we go wrong, but there's a lot, and I think there's like 120 society clubs or university clubs. My next favorite place would probably be the university gym and pool. I'm an athletic person. My dad always used to tell me when I was younger, a healthy body is a healthy mind too. So you can't just have all studies. You need to have that break and actually focus on your body and make sure you know your mental health is good. And plus, like as you guys know, that there is a student wellness center. If you ever need help, there are always people here to help. And I love like that this is how we're improving as U of R. So yeah, going back, university gym and pool, 10 out of 10, top notch. I love it. Okay. Available sports, almost all I can think about. Badminton, cricket, football, soccer, basketball, volleyball. There's many. Honestly, you can't like if you want to play a sport in the gym, you also can just create one. Dodgeball, I'm pretty sure you can. Events, there's endless. We have coffee with the dean, and this one's actually been very. It's probably my favorite because you're speaking with the dean directly, and as you know, no university is perfect. However, having that meeting with the university with the dean or coffee with the dean definitely does change, and we're able to actually improve and move forward. If someone's going to tell you this university is top 10 out of 10 perfect, this is the one for you, I'd say it's a lie. Okay, but we're always improving, and that's the direction we go together. And having coffee with the dean definitely does show that yes, time event by event with the coffee with the dean, there's always improvement. Like we mentioned, that PhD for new students is definitely something new. So that one was very nice to know that they're having now funding, minimal funding of 15,500 per year. So that was not even available, but just recently. And also for the co-op students, they're also trying to make it free for co-op students to not pay those credit hours. So there's always moving forward, and that's what I really like about U of R is that they're taking that initiative, that action of actually improving. Two more or three more actually just important centers I would probably talk about is GATE, which they support young entrepreneurs. And GATE stands for the Graduate Advanced Training and Entrepreneurship. I love GATE, and they've been providing a lot of help. There's also the CSL, which they provide the ambassador program, and they stand for the Center for Experimental and Service Learning. And these are the ones that are responsible for your co-op. So as a co-op student, I have landed a co-op this summer, and it's pretty competitive. So they do help you before you go into those co-op interviews, where you are starting to get prepared for your interviews, starting to get that CV/resume prepared, and you're starting to make sure it's tailored for the jobs that you're trying to apply for. They do counsel and they do help you step by step until you actually land a job. And they're very helpful, especially my co-op coordinator. She was amazing. Yeah, I'm just looking at my notes. I've covered most of it. And my favorite experience so far was honestly for me, able to work on my graduation project with renowned professors with all the tools available. I had no excuse not to work on this project. I had no limits. All the tools were provided. Even if my laptop broke down, I had the library laptops provided with the same programs. Honestly, and with the guidance of my professor/supervisor, is everything I needed, and they do always help. And that's my favorite part. And yeah, if you have any questions, please let me know. And we graduate students do meet on many events, and we do have our own WhatsApp group, and we try to get us involved together. So hopefully if you guys come next semester and we see you, we'll definitely make you guys join our WhatsApp group and make sure that you're always connected, and there's always some live activities that we're trying to do. So.
Amazing. Thanks, Ahmed. After we heard great stories, great experience, and great things that I went through and is going through. Congrats on your co-op.
Thank you.
Amazing. I just want to share a few other things as well in regards to student experience. So you are all aware. We do have our student success. We offer a variety of workshops as well. A little bit mentioned those workshops to promote students' research. Events allows you to promote your research to the community, academic and non-academic, such as students, research showcase, 3MT competition, and social networking, as mentioned, and coffee with the dean and grad night at the owl. We have a workshop called How to Have a Great Relationship with a Supervisor, and we have writing tutors that we have it here through the Student Success Center to assist you with writing, as well as we do have some student groups. have the Inspire interdisciplinary series of professional, intellectual, and research engagement. And we have the BIPOC, GSA, Black, Indigenous, and People of Color Graduate Students Association. So we have some associations. A few other ones that I mentioned while he yours. His speech discussion. And GATE. I know we already mentioned a little bit on the GATE. So GATE, our Graduate Advanced Training Entrepreneurship, is designed for career readiness and entrepreneurship. This is to help you after you graduate. So it's that time. If after hearing everything, start your application. And if you have any questions on the process, take a look at our QR code, scan it, and they will send you to a link on how to apply. And if you have any questions throughout, please reach out to us. I'll just leave the QR code for a little bit more. You can take a look at our website, roam around and see our programs, all what we offer, and reach out to us, graduate.studies@uregina.ca if you have any questions as you're looking at maybe this program has this requirement or so. If you have any questions, I would say take a look on our website. It's very thorough and has a lot of information, but that is it. I want to say thank you very much.
Thank you, Alex and Ahmed. That was wonderful. Lots of great information there, and hearing that personal experience was really nice. So we could kind of connect the dots between what Alex was explaining and what is lived experience. So thank you so much for being here and sharing that with our attendees today. And we can have some time to answer questions. I did see that Layla has answered pretty much all of the questions already. She's been flying through it. So thanks so much, Layla. And we can just go through. I know there was, I was looking at some questions about like deadlines or very specific application information or like what programs require WES, everything like that. So if you have similar questions if you click answered for the Q&A, Layla has provided a lot of links. So maybe your question's already been answered. So basically, rule of thumb is the grad studies website is very extensive. There's lots of information on there. So sometimes it's useful to use the search function at the top as well, just because there's a lot of information on the website. You can specifically search like graduate studies deadlines or something like that. It might be easier for you to find the page. So I saw some questions about that. There was a few questions, Alex. I don't know, I don't want to put you on the spot, but if you want to, in general, people were wondering if they have a 3-year bachelor undergraduate degree, are they able to qualify for master's programs? I'm not sure if you're able to kind of in general answer that.
They can reach out to us or they can start application or we can review because it probably depend on case by case situation and the program they're applying to. Some programs may accept it, others may not, because there is they reveal everything. They review all your transcript, all the courses you've taken, while they take a decision to accept or not. So that is a tough one to answer. But start off with taking a look at our website, and it says like if you have a 3 years assessed by WES, but your program was a 4 years program assessed by WES, that's a little bit different case scenario. Then we can take a look a little bit further. Our specialists could assist on that as well. But if it will be more in a case by case situation. I would just say reach out to us to be more specific, like this is the program, I have this education, what would you recommend? Sorry, I know it's a bit broad, but
No, it's fine.
this one is a bit tougher.
Okay, so I just kind of want to touch on like the process as well, because our team gets a lot of questions about the grad studies process. So just in general for you guys, and Alex can feel free to jump in if you would like. But all of the grad studies programs are competitive admission, right? So there's that minimum standard of admission, but they also look at other factors to decide who's going to get those competitive seats, right? So even if you meet all the requirements, unfortunately, you might not be accepted, especially for some of those really high demand programs. Another thing that Layla mentioned in the chats was to be aware of the deadlines, right? So a lot of programs have different application deadlines, and basically by the stated deadline on the website, you need to apply, but you also need to submit all of your supporting documents. Those all have to be in, right? So deadlines are super important for graduate studies. You don't want to miss the deadline. Some programs are even offered only like in one intake per year. So it's really important if you're really interested in applying, have a look at the deadline so you know when you have to prepare everything and get it submitted by. The other thing is that it's not, admission's not given on first come, first serve, right? Because it's competitive. So after the deadline passes, that's actually when all the completed files are sent together as a cohort to the faculty to review and select. So if you're thinking, if you apply, say 3 months before the deadline, you're not going to hear back until, you know, whatever it is, it depends on the faculty, maybe 8 to 10 weeks after the deadline has passed, right? So you have to be patient, and we get a lot of questions about that, saying, hey, I applied 4 months early, like, why haven't I heard back yet? So that is why, that's the graduate studies process. So I just wanted to quickly mention that for everyone, in case you are thinking about applying, that's what you can expect as the process. And I did see a couple questions about PAL, which is a new IRCC requirement for graduate students. You need to have a PAL before you apply for your study permit and of course be accepted to a graduate studies program. So I saw some questions about like who requests the PAL, how does it work? So basically, after you're accepted, if graduate studies has a PAL spot for you, which they do have a lot of PAL spots right now, they send the request to our provincial government, and then the government issues the PAL directly to the student. So you don't have to request anything. The graduate studies office can do that on your behalf. So let's see there. Yeah, there was a lot of good questions. I guess we can look at some that are open maybe. Nabin, we can just answer some of these live, I guess. So you had a question, what is the actual decision time of visa for a Bachelor of Science? So it really all depends on what country you're coming from. But currently right now, I think average processing time is like 6 to 8 weeks. That would be an average time. Our best advice is that if you're accepted, you want to start planning to apply for your study permit as soon as you can. The earlier, the better, right? So even if, say, you're accepted for fall 2025, which is quite a ways away, if you can apply for your study permit already, we encourage you to do so, right? You want to give yourself a lot of time, give yourself more time than you think you're going to need so that you can get that visa on time. So we're going to answer that.
Should I actually jump in a little, if that's
Yeah,
okay?
go ahead.
Some of our letters, depending on the program as well, they do offer, you can start your program in between 3 terms. So if you're collecting the document, trying to get ready for the first one, and if you're not able to, you can start the program the next one and so on. So like until the letter expires, let's say that. And if you're up to the very last semester and you're still working towards getting your visa approval, contact our office right away, and we can work on potential extensions, but cannot be guaranteed because it's based on the unit that needs to approve, and there's some process on that. But I just want to mention that as well, because you may say like, well, I got accepted for winter, but it's starting, you know, into 2 weeks, and I need to get everything. Like your letter may say that you can start in another semester as well.
I think maybe Alex or Layla, you can touch on this. What is the average tuition fee cost per year for graduate study students? We had some questions like that. There's a one at the top right now.
I would say I don't have a bulk number at the moment, but it varies a little bit per program. But it could range from about 30,000 per semester that you're in, depending how many courses you are taking, and be like about 9,000 per year. It also depends if it's a PhD. Is a little bit different. Their charges the way that it is, they have to be registered every single semester. So it varies a little bit. I would suggest if you're inquiring specifically about your program, let us know. Our website as well can guide you, or fees. I can try and get. I think later it did. Thanks, Leila. There is. Not sure if I can share with chat. But we do have in our website an estimate, like portion from it. Was it a specific question, Ashley, in the chat for this one? Because I can share link.
The techno KJ5, Leila is adding something there.
Okay.
So the next question is, what happens if I get a visa 15 to 20 days after the intake time? So our advice for that is, if it's more than 2 weeks into the semester, we recommend that you start in the next term. The reason for that is you're going to be missing a lot, right? So in the first few weeks of class, you might be missing a lot of information, and sometimes it's really hard to catch up. So it really depends too. I know for graduate students, sometimes there's some more online class opportunities as well. But rule of thumb, you don't want to start anywhere past the 100% refund date to add or drop classes. So a reminder again, if you're able to apply for your study permit, do it as soon as you can, so you give yourself lots of time. We have a question. Oh, Leila's answering that one. Navin asked, do we get a refund of our total fee if our visa is rejected? So the application fee is non-refundable. That's 125 Canadian dollars. And currently for most of the graduate programs right now, a tuition deposit is not required. So any money that you provided to the University of Regina before being approved, you could get a refund on that. Alex, can you remind me which program does have a tuition deposit for graduate studies?
Yes, Justin Shriram. Some of their programs that do require.
Yeah. So for the large majority of you in other grad programs, you wouldn't have to worry about a non-refundable tuition deposit. So yes, you could get that, any funds transferred back if your visa was rejected. Okay, let's see. We have, let's see, Karina and Leila are answering some of the questions, so I won't go on that one. Maybe we can answer this one, Alex. It says, what is the first step in applying for a course under the Faculty of Education? So, I mean, it really depends which one you're going to do, right? Whether it be a thesis or course-based, right?
Yes, I would suggest go to our website under Faculty of Education, see the programs they have, what they offer, and then see the one you identify the best. And afterwards, then you can start digging a little bit more deep. What are the criteria, eligibility admissions for that one, the minimum standards, and see, okay, do I meet it? No. Is it another one that I could also meet the requirements? So that's, I would say, would be our first step.
So Navin, I see your question about you're applying for your visa this week. We'll have enough time to get approval for May intake. So it's hard for us to say, right? Because it's very complicated process, but spring summer term starts in May. So it's possible you could have enough time. Really depends what country you're coming from, but you should just apply as soon as you can if that was your plan to apply this week, and really hope you can get it in time for May intake. Emmanuel, you asked, does assistantship cover living expenses and insurance and such? I'm not sure what you mean about assistantship. Do you mean co-op maybe, or
Teaching assistant. That's probably.
or maybe like for the grad funding, like if they're a PhD or something like that?
Melissa, would you like to?
Yeah, I'm just bringing something up. So if it's for a graduate teaching assistantship, it's generally it's a payment over the course of one semester you'd hold a position. A graduate teaching assistantship would be 120 hours of work, and we would pay it directly to your bank account. So it's money for you to spend how you choose to spend it. It's a job essentially, but no, there is no insurance. So you could use this money to cover some of your living expenses, but you shouldn't always rely on TAs and scholarships. You should have a plan for funding for your living expenses and your tuition. But yeah, you can definitely apply for teaching assistantships through your faculty. Yeah, so maybe just check out with your faculty or your proposed supervisor if they have any information on some teaching assistantship positions that you would be eligible for.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, so that student that we just answered, they confirmed they're asking about if graduate research / teaching assistantship. Okay, well, there's one last question here. If your application gets rejected and you wish to reapply, does the university offer programs or courses you can complete to give you a better advantage in admissions? So in the context of like improving maybe your GPA, we don't have any pathway programs, that's for sure. But I mean, if you do get rejected, you can reapply. And I guess if you're coming directly from an undergrad degree, you could go back and take some classes to try and improve your average if that's the thing that's holding you back. But if you already meet the minimum admission standards, they look at applications holistically as well, right? Like your recommendations, your previous experience on your resume. So maybe getting more experience in the field as well might help. It really is so program and personal applicant like specific, right? But I mean, there are ways you can try to improve, and you can reapply to programs as well. This is a good question from Alondra. They currently live in Vancouver, Canada. They'd like to study the master's program in chemistry and biochemistry. They noticed that it's necessary to find a supervisor before applying. Can I apply if I do not have a supervisor? Alex, could you just briefly explain like when students need to try and find a supervisor before they apply and for what types of programs?
Sure thing. Some programs that do require that you list a supervisor. Therefore, I would suggest contacting the unit, looking at some potential supervisors and see if there is an interest. But that doesn't guarantee fully that by the moment when you start your application that you add a proposed like a supervisor that will be your final supervisor if your application is approved. It's more of to assist on the revision process to understand that you already went through and discussed with the unit your project, for instance, your thesis, and you already have someone in mind. So I cannot, because I do not have on top of my mind right now if was it study master's program in chemistry and biochemistry. Thesis basis, it's mandatory. You would have to enter, so we'd contact again the unit. However, if while you progressing through like some programs, some units, academic units, some faculties, they don't require. So it's more depends on which one you are applying. So this one, if you go through the process and is a requirement, reach out to the unit and say, hey, I'm applying for this. This is my area. Looking to see there is a professor that can assist and discuss. They should be able to guide you and assist you on that. And anything, let us know. You can send us an email to grad.studies too, and then we can try and assist you and direct it to the proper unit so you can get a better response.
Thank you. So Parminder, your question, for students required to pay $1,000 tuition deposit, that would be for undergraduate students, not graduate students. Just want to make that clear. And the tuition deposits are non-refundable. Okay, so you can only be refunded any additional tuition fees that you made to the university in support of the study permit application, but the tuition deposit is non-refundable. Here's a question. I have been accepted to the MPA program, which is 2 years duration. Is it possible to take multiple courses to complete it in a year? I don't know if you have some information, Alex, on how the courses are designed, like if that's possible or not.
Yes. That is a very that's a very specific situation because often we would say you're considered full time, but taking 6 credits, which is about 2 courses. That means you would have to go beyond the full time that we establish. So that some discussion needs to happen. We have to talk with the unit in order for that to happen. It's possible, could be possible, but it's a very specific situation. You have to be chatted and discussed with the units and us and seeing how you make sure you succeed, right? Because we want to prepare you for success. And then grad courses are a little bit more that heavier side compared to an undergrad. So I don't recommend going more than the 2 courses, but it's a discussion.
Thanks, Alex. Great. Well, we've cleared the questions. Thanks so much to the help of Layla and Corey and Melissa for answering some of those too. So I think we can just leave it open a couple more minutes, but we're kind of coming to the end of the webinar session today. So again, we want to thank you so much for your interest in the University of Regina. We really appreciate you guys taking the time to join us and listen to the presentations and ask your questions. It's really nice for us to kind of get to interact with you in this way. And if you do have some further questions, please get in touch with us. I think we can put some contact emails in the chat. So for Graduate Studies Office specifically, it's grad.studies@uregina.ca. And one of my team can put our email in there. So International Recruitment Team, if you have some specific questions, maybe about like immigration process or just more general questions about the U of R, we can assist. But if you have very specific questions about the application process or grad programs, you can reach out to Graduate Studies directly because they're the experts in that, okay? So that's amazing. We really look forward to helping you take the next step in your academic journey. We really hope we can maybe see you on campus very soon. And I want to thank all of the panelists and hosts for being here. Thanks for your time. And our current student, Ahmed, thank you so much for sharing your experience with everyone. And I think we can pretty much wrap up the session here because we have no more questions. So thank you so much, everyone, and take care.